Ajani, thank you so much for joining us. Just tell us, what was it like, the build-up to that game and the emotions of the game when you guys played Jamaica, knowing what's at stake?
No, when we arrived at the stadium, everybody was very nervous about the game because it was the biggest game of our life. And, you know, the feeling going to that game, being nervous, knowing that you can be qualified for the World Cup, it's just an amazing feeling. But it's kind of scary too, because if you lose, you have to go for the playoffs, but you want to qualify directly. And at the moment, when the first whistle was blown, everybody was nervous, standing up from the bench, standing up every time, by every chance. And then there was a moment at the end of the game that we got a penalty against. And I was standing on 2 feet. And in the moment when he did that, I was on the ground with my hands like this on my face. I was saying to myself, we can't lose. This is not happening. And then he went to the VAR. And he said, no pen. And I was like, yes. And then we had a couple of minutes left. And then he blew the final whistle. There was too much emotion coming out of everybody. Everybody was screaming, laughing, crying. I was crying because the feeling of being qualified as the smallest island, it's crazy because, I don't know, it's unbelievable that we did that.
I mean, you just talked about the range of emotions you experienced in just one football match, knowing what's at stake to make it to the World Cup. Tell the world and tell American audience, what does it mean to Curaçao, the island, to qualify to the World Cup? What does it mean to the people and the nation?
It means so much to them because we are a really small island and nobody expected us to do it, and the whole island was standing behind us. And when you get back there, Curaçao, everybody, they're just living with you during the game, after the game, before the game. Everybody's cheering for you, and it feels so good to give them something they can be proud of. And that's what we did.
Now, for people who don't know, Curaçao was an ex-Dutch colony, so it has a rich history and connection with the Dutch culture in Holland. And obviously, you yourself used to represent Holland in your youth, and then now obviously you're representing Curaçao. So what a tremendous achievement it is, and it's a beautiful place. I've been there.
No, it's on my list of things to go. I was going to talk to you about a few of your teammates who I played with, Bakunas and obviously Tahith Chung. Now, I know these boys are very talented, but is it great now to have a platform to show how talented you're going to be on that world stage? And how important is it to have players like that who are in the Premier League, have been in the Premier League, and now you can see that that's a pathway for you?
Yeah, it's very nice to have them in our team because they're very experienced and they can learn me a lot. They can learn everybody, the whole team a lot, because we got quite young players in our team and a couple new players who came in. So they got a lot of experience, and I'm bonding with them every time we are there. Every time when we at Curaçao at the national team, we're bonding, and it's like one big family, and everybody's helping each other. So it's very nice to have them.
We're talking about family. You have a very established manager, some would say the grandfather figure of the whole managing career in Dick Advocaat. How do you feel his experience will not only help you as a team and as a nation, but also just to calm the nerves? Because it's going to be very exciting when you do go to the World Cup. That first game is going to be emotion-led.
Yeah, he's keeping us always sharp, and we always have one rule. We're not going there to lose. We're going there to draw or win, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to surprise everybody.
I like that.
Now, I must say, I know the club that you play for, Rotherham. I've had some terrible nights there on a Tuesday night in my younger days, and I couldn't wait to leave there. But you're the first player now in Rotherham's history to make on their books to make it to a World Cup. How does that feel? What did the club do for you?
Well, they gave me a lot of confidence because they have so much faith in me, and it's so nice to be around all these people. They're always helping with everything, and it feels like a big family to me. It feels like coming home. The moment I arrive with the teammates, they welcome me like they know me a couple years or something. But it's very nice to be here.
Now, Ajay, just speaking to you, we can get from just your body language, how excited you are and everything, looking forward to it. Now looking forward to the World Cup, the draw coming up. Are there any nations in particular that you have your eye on, or any groups that you'd like to be in?
If I have to choose, I just want to play against the Netherlands, France, Spain, with the biggest players in the whole world on the biggest stage to play. That will be the best experience of my life, to stand there and present Curaçao.
Wow, hey, there's going to be some Latin American countries that are not going to be too happy. You just said the big teams in Europe.
I want to know obviously in America we do things a little bit different, it's a little bit more relaxed. I need to know, how wild was the party after the victory against Jamaica? Because I know Bakuna, he can drink. So how I know you're a young man, but how did you enjoy the party afterwards?
It was crazy, to be honest. It was so crazy. There was people everywhere. I've never seen so much people in Curaçao before. It's not normal. It's not normal.
Well, what time did you get back to the hotel is the biggest question.
He didn't go back. He's still partying 2 days.
Around 6, 7, something like that.
Come on, man! You got to get back at 9 in the morning. That's when you've reached the ultimate level.
Quick one.
Everybody was tired. It was a long day.
Yeah, very long. Just a quick one. Where will you be watching the draw? Obviously, that's coming up not too long away now. Will you be watching the draw with teammates from home? Will you be Skyping and Zooming with people from Curaçao? How will you be watching the draw?
I don't know yet, but I will find a way to connect with the other guys and see what's happening over there.
Well, if you want to be entertained, feel free to watch the draw with us on the Golazo network, as we will be covering it, and you'll have some great fun.
Yeah, let's do that.
More importantly, how this is just a footballing question now. How hard has it been to bring yourself back down emotionally now to get ready for the job that needs to be done for Rotherham? Because obviously, if you don't play well for Rotherham, you don't go to the World Cup. So now, shifting focus very quickly. How difficult has that been in this week?
It's just a quick switch because we achieved something really nice. So I came back with a great feeling. And that's helping me to keep my focus on Rotherham right now. And then when it's time for the World Cup, I have to keep my focus on the World Cup. And that's how I do it a little bit.
Listen, Ajay, you're about to obviously be part of the World Cup. Every child's dream to play in the World Cup. And now, I know you said about the nations that you want to play against. Is there any one particular player that you'd love to go against and maybe swap a shirt with?
I would go for... that's a difficult question.
I know, that's why I asked it. I'm paid to ask good questions.
That's a really difficult question. I need to think about this one. I would like to swap with Lamine Yamal then.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah, I like his play style. He's a very good player.
Ajay, all the best. Looking forward to the World Cup draw. Again, congratulations to you yourself and your nation, Curaçao. Looking forward to it. What an achievement. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for your time too.